and welcome. I'm Christine Moore, and I'm the Chief Philanthropy Officer here at Wentworth-Douglass Hospital. I am honored to be with you here today to celebrate our community, our Wentworth-Douglass Hospital family of donors, staff, local businesses, and neighbors who unselfishly gave so much love and support to our healthcare heroes during the pandemic. We are grateful for so many blessings, for the enduring spirit of our staff who were relentless in their dedication to and compassion for our patients and families during terribly difficult circumstances, for the unwavering and continuous support of our neighbors, local businesses, and community members, and for the commitment of staff to deliver the many gifts of food, smoothies, songbirds, masks, and cards of encouragement. It is your heartwarming philanthropy that continues to inspire our staff through the toughest of times as we face significant challenges due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our community rallied to support the Wentworth-Douglass Hospital's Emergency Response Fund, created to support the hospital and our staff during the pandemic. This display here represents the very best of our community, and we are eternally grateful for everyone's support. Today, we are unveiling our Donor Impact Wall to serve as a tribute to our donors, to our healthcare heroes, to our community. This display represents how we all support each other through challenging times and reminds us of the phenomenal family we have here at Wentworth-Douglass. We hope that as staff continues to struggle with exhaustion and when the resiliency runs a little low, that they will come here to view this wall and be reminded of the incredible support from our community. And now, we'd like to unveil the display. So as you can see, the many cards of welcome and support and their thoughtfulness. And now, I'd like to introduce Jeff Hughes, our interim president and CEO.
Thank you, Christine. So this is particularly special for me because this really recognizes and thanks our donors. As a not-for-profit healthcare institution, we really depend upon contributions from our community to really help us carry out and deliver on our mission to really provide care for the community. It also recognizes and thanks our staff, our amazing, skilled, talented, and dedicated staff and what they do every day to care for their patients and the broader community. And finally, it really acknowledges and commemorates what we've been through over the past 12 months as we as a team pull together to really face and not only meet the challenge, but really beat the challenge in terms of facing this onslaught of this COVID pandemic. So I am particularly proud to stand here this afternoon and unveil this wall. So thank you. Let me now turn it over to Sheila Woolley, our Chief Nursing Officer.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, good afternoon. I'm Sheila Woolley. I'm the Chief Nursing Officer. And just to talk a little bit about some of the wonderful things that we've been able to do because of you who've supported us through this, but talk also a little bit about some of the things that our staff have done. As Jeff has mentioned, this has been an incredibly challenging year. We've seen challenges at Wentworth-Douglass, but nothing like this. And through it all, our staff has remained tireless, dedicated, supportive of each other, and always providing compassionate, individualized care to our patients and their families. They have sacrificed much every day to be here and stand up and do it all over the next day. For some families, it's been a huge challenge. They've had to face situations at home where they're homeschooling their children, they're working, they're caring for their elderly parents, and they're not seeing their friends and their families. But again, they come back, stand up, do it again the next day. Some of our staff found alternative living situations because they were concerned about spreading the virus to their families. Again, putting them in more isolation. We had staff who were redeployed from areas that were closed during the initial surge, and they quickly learned new skills. They stood beside team members that they'd never worked for before and delivered the same incredible care that they have always done. They've made new friends and new colleagues that will last a lifetime. This pandemic has been all-encompassing, and the support from the community has helped us through. As Christine mentioned, the Foundation's Emergency Response Fund provided meal cards, PPEs, financial assistance to those families that had significant hardships. Each and every one of these things have lifted the spirits of the staff, and they have been so grateful. It means so much to them knowing that our community stands with us every step of the way. During the pandemic, and as now, we have tried to find new ways to support our staff, to bring a little joy back to them, and to help them find some resilience to recharge. We've created a team that works throughout the organization to identify emotional support venues. We've developed call lines. We have our employee assistant program, which is open 24/7 and free to our staff. We've brought counselors to the units so staff can meet with them while they're working. We provided meals and snacks. We continue to bring meal carts around. Recently, our staff have asked us, could we get to-go meals in the cafeteria so when we go home, we don't have to cook a meal. We're tired of ordering pizza. We want something nutritious. We've been able to implement that, and it's gone well. We have offered well-being sessions to look for time for reflection and healing. And most recently, we've started a Leader Connect series. It's a very informal Zoom program where leaders can talk to one another during the lunch hour for about a half an hour, talk about what's bothering them, how they can work on things, and really how they can support each other. People have done so many innovative things. Virtual paint parties. Some people have delivered soup baskets with a cookie and a piece of bread and a cup of soup to their staff. It's amazing the work that they're doing. Just last week I heard about one department that's doing virtual vacations. We know we can't go on vacation, so everybody leads a vacation through a different spot in the country or outside. The team is incredible, and I've been here a long time, and I can't say I could be any prouder of them. I know it's been a challenge for you, some in the community, because of our visiting guidelines. We are trying our very, very best. You know how important it is to be with your friends and your families when they're here. The staff have done wonderful things with iPads and certain types of innovative ideas, baby cameras, monitors, things like that, to try to get you connected. We've seen grandparents put ladders up to women and children so they can take a peek at their grandbaby. It's just amazing. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I thank our staff for the tremendous work that they do today and every day. So thank you. And now Jackie Eastwood, who I must thank for being such a strong, strong advocate for Wentworth-Douglass and leading the foundation to so many great things. Thank you.
Last spring, when the Emergency Response Fund was created by our team at the foundation, we were trying to rally the community to support the work that we were recognizing was coming fast and furious, some of it unknown. And we wanted to put together a program that would help support the frontline workers that work every day here. Similar to the way the hospital had a rally to get the COVID program together, we had to think outside the box and say, how are we going to get the community on board to help this emergency response fund? We said we need to address the critical needs that the hospital and the staff needs, and we're very proud to say that we raised $96,000 from 527 donors. And these funds helped us purchase medical equipment to maximize our impact to the staff. It was PPE, personal protective equipment for the staff. We assisted those staff members whose families have experienced financial difficulties. Maybe they were furloughed, maybe they were laid off, and we tried to put programs in place that would help them financially. We are also able to purchase essential tools and materials for the care team to keep them healthy, resilient, and you just heard about some of the counseling programs that we put in place, because this is stressful. I mean, none of us want to redo 2020. But what an impact. We can't thank you, the community, for the many, many ways you were here for us to help put this emergency response fund together. Let me quote one staff member. It wasn't the donated goods that mattered. It was simply knowing that the community was there, supporting us, and that meant the world. Today we're here to celebrate everyone that contributed in their own little way. To the community members with their very generous charitable gifts, to those who donated the PPE, to the small business owners that brought the smoothies and the lunches, to the many early on who delivered homemade masks. If you remember, we were a big shortage back then. They made them and they delivered them here, and there's so many more great stories we could tell you. I am so proud of this community hospital and the foundation and the community for pulling together to make this very spectacular. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. We truly appreciate it.